Hello, Monsters of Bounty, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and a brand new campaign. That's right, I'm back on my Nurgle bullshit. I couldn't stay away, and we're back with Ku'gath. Oh, he's such a good player. This is okay. I did when we first got access to Immortal Empires. I did play a little bit of Nurgle, but not very much. So this is going to be my first actual Ku'gath campaign in Immortal Empires, and a few people have said that he starts in an awful place, so I guess we'll see how that goes. Now I will say that I think his starting location is probably better than the one in the Realm of Chaos campaign, because there you have absolutely no access to trade goods and you are literally in the middle of the map surrounded by everyone. Bloody nightmare of a campaign. So I'm hoping that this one is going to be a little bit adipus. Don't you mean Adidas? Good. What's your thing? You are a tactician. That is, well, I mean, okay. Stopping demons from disintegrating is kind of useful. So, all right, you're in. You're in. I've also got a mod to make the technologies less catastrophically shit, because let's face it, Nurgle particularly has. I mean, a lot of the Warhammer 3 factions have pretty bad tech trees. Nurgle definitely has the worst, particularly because, I mean, if you look at the first, obviously I've got the mod here, so this is making things a little bit better. But it's got like text like viral incubation, which increases growth in settlements with chaotic wastelands climates. Well, this is jungle. Do you know where the nearest chaotic wasteland is? It's down here. Which means that if you wanted to get chaotic wasteland, you'd have to go all the way down to the South Pole, or all the way to the Chaos Waste to the north. Basically, you start as far away from chaotic wasteland as it's almost possible to get. It's just a weird... It's obvious this tech tree is built for the Realm of Chaos campaign, which... Come on, guys. You knew Immortal Empires was going to be a thing. What the hell were you thinking? What were you thinking? All right, fine. Never mind. I think we're gonna go with... Do I want to go with this? To be honest, that's probably not going to be that useful right off the bat. I think we probably want to go with something that's going to give us growth. So I'm going to say that. And then obviously we start off... oh, I should probably go through his so we got the basic skills there. We've also got some additional skills. I think it's the Infectious Joy for Nurglings. So they have little hex aura there. Lord of Stench, he had that one already, didn't he? Dwarf Crackers. So we get more armor piercing, ammunition, melee attack, and armor piercing missile damage for Exalted Plaguebearer. That's quite nice. Poxy Wind, which is an AoE aura. It's quite nice. Droning Dread Cacophonous Croaks. It's going to boost up our sort of airborne and land cavalry, and then Utter Blight Fellowship, which is going to beef up our Great Unclean Ones. And also we have the victory conditions. So I do have the mod, which gives us slightly more interesting victory conditions. We've got the Great Game here. So we need to have 2,000 infections and over 100 regions with our corruption. That's going to give us Nurgle Ascendant and a campaign victory. We also have the Eastern Poxes. So we need to destroy the Caravan of Blue Roses, the Western Provinces, and the Spirits of the Jungle. And we need to raise or conquer the Haunted Forest and the Jungles of Qian. That's going to give us Ghorst Imprisoned, which is going to reduce our infection cost and increase weapon strength for fighting against undead. And Zinfar, the Ever Pustulant, which is going to give us growth per region, +5 after winning a battle, all provinces, and missile resistance when fighting against Cathay. And then finally, we've got Death to the Dwarves. So we need to raise or conquer Kazakarak, and we also need to beat up the dwarves there. And control Ruin's End, Pigbarter, Demon Stump, and Tsar Nagrund, apparently. Fair enough. That's going to give us the Earthfather's Forgiveness. It's going to give Acid Ecor. to our faction leader. Speed for faction leader and missile strength, all for our leader. We also get more armor and melee defense for Nurglings. So we're going to try and complete all of those. His faction traits are, I'm going to be honest, quite boring. It's growth, recruitment cost reduction, and recruitment health for Nurgling units, which I guess is fine. We don't actually start off with any. I don't think we can recruit because we're not actually in our province. But we're going to take the Shattered Stone Island. In fact, I think this island is actually going to be it's quite a money maker. So I'm hoping we can make some big bucks here. Let's start off with a battle against the Lizard Boys. First battle of a brand new campaign. It's got that. It smells of pus. First battle of a brand new campaign. Of course, it's got that first battle. Campaign battle smell. It's plague. It's plague. It's always plague. It's plague. It is plague. I've got a mod that actually changes some of the Nurgle models. I think it's mostly the mortal followers, makes them a bit more Nurgly, which is pretty neat. Don't know if it's changed these guys. Can't remember. Anyway, the point is that I've got a mod. And there's the Nurglings. Lovely little guys. Absolute arse in combat, though. They're basically a mosh pits, if you're lucky. And then we've got Ku'gath, of course, the Plaguefather, having to sit down. Can totally relate. We've got our Plague Toads coming in on the flank as well. These guys got a little bit of a buff because they were literally awful. I think they got a little bit of extra bonus versus infantry. So they're a little bit better against infantry, I guess. And then we've got the Plague Drones of Nurgle. These guys are amazing. We've got a missile attack, which does a lot of damage. And then also, they are very good in melee combat as well. A good strike unit. And the Chaos Furies, who are just overall, I would say, a very good unit. A glass cannon. They can do a lot of damage. However, they will disintegrate before you know it. Meanwhile, the Plague Bearers and the Cyrus going at it. Smacking each other around. And if anyone's wondering, how's he doing? How's he controlling the battle and watching at the same time? It's because I fight the battle and then I record the replay and then I edit it in. So I always seem to get asked that question. The Plague Toads have run roughshod over the skink skirmishers there, sending them flying all over the place. And the Plague Bearers have flanked, got into those skink skirmishers. Furies there as well, ripping them to pieces. The main issue is going to be the enemy general, because I found these starting armies, a lot of their balance of power is the general, and particularly, you know, caster lords, they don't tend to start off with a good way to kill off enemy heroes. So we're just trying to use Adidas here, as well as the death heads above. I might have to bring Ku'gath in as well. He's not a great melee combatant, but you know, in a pinch, he'll do fine. He's best as artillery, of course, because he does have that artillery fire, and it can be upgraded later on, which is pretty good. But I don't think Adidas is going to do particularly well. I mean, it seems to be doing fine-ish. But yeah, we probably need to bring Ku'gath in to lend a little bit of assistance. Saurus Warriors being hacked to pieces by our demonic monsters. Literally from another dimension. Ooh, yeah, that's a nice shot. And yeah, we're going to get Adidas out of there. And we're going to get Ku'gath carried by his little Nurgling boys into combat, so he can beat up that. Oh, there he goes. He's broken. He's shattered. He's had enough. His army's dead. He's out of here. Satisfactory. I'm going to take the infections to start off with, because I feel like the sooner we get our infections going, the better. Oh, we've got the Dagger of Hotek. It's a nice little start. Can we just auto-resolve that one? It is a bunch of skinks. Oh, a Blasphemous Amulet as well. Double win. I will occupy And okay, so what do we want? What do we want? You know what, the Plague Toad? How much money do we have? So, I think we need to... So, we've got an army here. They're recruiting. I would like to go for the capital, but I think taking out that army first is probably the better option. So let's get Angel of Disease to start off with. I wouldn't mind getting you more spells, but I think getting the campaign movement range. And replenishment is super useful. So these guys are pretty dirt cheap, and I feel like... Let's get something like that. Let's get... Oh, we just... Okay, let's go with that. And then I think more growth, maybe? This is more attack for Forsaken, Furies, and Warhounds, which isn't the worst thing to get. Plague Flesh Poppies building. Missile resistance isn't going to be that useful. We'll give us a few infections per turn. That is kind of garbage. We probably are going to rely on Nurglings quite a bit. We don't have the ability to recruit cultists. I think we're just going to go with more growth, because it's just it's a nice easy one. 2 turns. Bish bosh bash. Jobs are good, right? Job is a good one. Okay. The one thing, I know this area is apparently it's a rough starting area for Ku'gath. It's even on the list of known issues. Is like, yeah, Ku'gath has a rough time. But I think there's a bunch of people that actually don't like Ku'gath very much. Like, I know the other partners don't really get on with him, and I'm like, but I love him. He's great. Like, oh, he's so slow. It's like, that's amazing. You just roll over everyone. You just take your time. No stress. Maybe they're more micro orientated. I don't know. And maybe I'm just lazy. So let us... Can we hit that next turn? It looks like we can. It looks like we can. I'm just going to recruit a couple more Nurglings. Let's do that one. And, you. Infernal Champion, I guess? Let's go with that. And we want to get corruption started. Oh, not corruption. Plague. We want plague started as soon as possible. So, more growth. We'll just, infect that immediately. Like, bosh, done. Done. More growth. 58 growth. Boom. It's happening. Okay, we need to take out these lizards, and then we need to kill Ghorst. We need to kill Ghorst, like, ASAP. What do I want on Ku'gath? What do we want to see? I am going to go... Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Will just infect me. Okay. I'll go and take out these guys. I'm going to fight this one just to be on the safe side. Slightly trickier battle this time round, but still winnable. Easily winnable. Just was a little bit nervous about what Auto-Resolve would do. So they do have a bunch more Saurus Warriors this time. The Saurus Warriors are very good. They are very, very killy boys. They've got good armor, good melee attack, good melee defense, amazing weapon strength. Just very tanky. And plus, rather than run away, they tend to just kill you harder. Which is fun. Nice little stream of corruption there, doing some nice damage to the skink cohort. We're going to try and break through the skink cohort first, and then we can wrap around the Saurus and hopefully just like wear them down. Nothing's going at it. We sent the Buzz Boys around the flank there. Where are the Furies? Oh, the Furies are attacking the skink cohort. I did send them in to try and block the way. As you can see, they are getting quite torn up there. They really are a glass cannon. They've got really good weapon strength and melee attack, but their melee defense is absolute arse. And they've got no armor and pretty low leadership, and that is a problem. That low leadership is a problem. Because anything that is demonic, you will find, particularly the Furies, because they're quite fragile. But if the Furies go below 1 leadership, they will start taking so much damage that they'll just disintegrate. Like, just crumble. So we seem to be doing okay on the right flank there. The centre seems to be doing fine. On the left flank, our Plague Toads are currently just smashing their way through all of these skink cohorts. They do like really disrupt formations. They will knock formations all over. The only slight problem with that is that they also disrupt their own formations. So you can see they're spread out all over the place, which means they tend to get hit in the back quite a lot. Which does make them a little bit more iffy. These Saurus Spears are a big problem, particularly for the Buzz Boys, because they get another bonus 16 versus large, which increases their melee attack and weapon strength by that same amount. And one of the good things about Nurgle is we all have poison attacks, which means that everyone gets debuffed, which means they lose 15% of their weapon strength, which does actually bring them into pretty much equal with what our Plague Bearers are. The Plague Bearers have less armor, but they do have the physical resistance, and they do have a little bit more they got more melee defense as well, which does mean that overall we kind of trade with the Saurus. But backed up by Ku'gath and his artillery strikes. Uh-oh. The Plague Toads taking quite a bit of damage there. We probably need to get them out of that fight. We don't want a demonic unit getting sad. If they get sad, they tend to just drop dead of their own accord. Trying to take out the enemy general with Ku'gath and Adidas. Those Saurus Spears proving to be quite nasty. They've done 46 kills. Most of them Nurglings, to be fair. The Buzz Boys haven't taken a little bit of damage, but I mean they've got what, 660? How many kills? 61 kills. Is that good? How much damage? 210. Okay, that's mostly skinks then. We've managed to get the Plague Toads out of that engagement. As you can see, it did reasonably well. They took out quite a few of those skinks, and they're now pulling over to help with the spears. The idea being that if the Saurus are busy dealing with the Nurglings, they won't like taking a rear charge by some froggies. Get in there. We will start taking some damage in return, but looks like that's enough to rout them, and with them, the rest of the army. Ooh, a talisman of protection. Okay, just going to occupy this.
It belongs to Nurgle now.
It does indeed.
Plaguefather.
Okay, I think we're going to go with magic first. I think Rancid Visitations. Mind you, is that map wide? Yeah. Alright, you know what? Let's do that.
Such power. How fascinating.
And I'm going to make you a little bit more killy so that you can actually, you know, kill enemy heroes for me, because those are a problem. Having the slime trail, probably a good idea. Just a little bit of extra debuff. And I want to go with more plague toads. They buff the plague toads. I'm hoping they're a little bit better. I am going to infect this with this, because the more contamination we have, the more spreading of plague, the more plague options it unlocks, and eventually we get the good plagues like the agu and the other three that apparently you can also use. Okay, having locked down, we can now go and hit Dread Rock. It says crushing defeats. I disagree. If we take this quickly, we could go and kick the shit out of Ghorst, and I think killing Ghorst sooner rather than later is definitely a good idea. We'll take this city and we'll wipe out this lizard man faction, and these lovely islands will be all ours. Lots of beachfront properties covered in plague, some tentacles, maybe a tongue or two. You know what it's like. It's basically Miami. So we advance to the gate. We have our flying forces, the Furies and the Plague Drones, heading over to the flank here. They do have a lot of these javelins, which can do some reasonably nasty damage to us, given half the chance. But we are gonna chance it by coming in, attacking the skink cohort, just trying to slow their attacks against our blob here, using a little bit of the stream of corruption, and then just as those the javelins are focusing on now we're moving, we're leaving, and we're out of here. Leaders did take quite a bit of damage, but they managed to rack up 30 kills and disrupted the skinks up on the wall there. Come on, break that door down. Main issue here is going to be just the sheer number of Saurus, who, as we know, pretty fucking killy. Our stream of corruption is good, though. So good. Just does numbers. And the gate is down. In, down, it's open. The gate's open. Plague Toads launching into combat, backed up by the old beast of Nurgle there. A little bit of missile support there from the Plague Drones, who are managing to do, but there's not very much damage. I should have probably focused fired on the Saurus, but to be honest, taking down the javelins is probably more important. Ku'gath getting in there as well, and the Plague Bearers fighting a Saurus on the wall, because they'll be a little bit tired from their arse slattering. They should be fine, and we're also moving Adidas up to come and help out with those guys, because those Saurus are quite tanky. We do have pretty good weapon strength. We've got slightly better weapon strength than the Saurus Warriors, thanks to the fact that they are now poisoned, which does reduce that. And we do have the 42 melee defense, which is, again, makes us quite tanky. Thanks to being in combat for more than 15 seconds, apparently. We've also got the enemy general, who's a Kroxagor. They're quite punchy. A lot of javelin fire on Ku'gath. Fortunately, Ku'gath is, well, he's got a lot of health, so although it does do some damage to him, he's just going to shrug that off. And a stream of corruption. Taking a big chunk out of their health. Didn't manage to get any kills, but did reduce their health, which means that the Plague Toads can now liquidize them. That Kroxagor proving to just be an absolute nightmare to take down. However, the Saurus on the wall are slowly being picked off, especially thanks to the fact that Adidas is here now. Maybe behind you. Behind. No. That's it. Yeah, I'll take it. And the Fury's coming in to help out. Good stuff. See, they're going to do a lot of damage very quickly because they're attacking from the rear. They're just very good at getting in there, very swift. It's kind of what the plague drones do that as well, and they also have very good weapon strength, plus the armor piercing there, pretty good melee attack. Their charge bonus is nothing to write home about, but it's something. One of the few Nurgle units that can actually kind of get a charge. The Plague Toads are just keeping the Skinks busy, but not really managing to do much damage. So I'm bringing the Furies in, trying to potentially get some more damage. I'm going to debuff these guys with the Miasma of Pestilence, which reduces their melee attack. So they currently have 0 melee attack, which is not a lot. So bringing the Plague Drones in, they will do, yeah, a lot of damage. Skinks getting annihilated by them, racking up the kills. 40 kills, of course, it's mostly Skinks. The Furies coming in to attack the Javelins, but the Furies start taking quite a bit of damage in return. We have to be so careful about them. Where the hell's that? Oh, there he is. Okay, the Furies are not happy. We're going to try and pull them out of combat. Get them away from the engagements. Unfortunately, as you can see, they're at 7 leadership. That's not good. -1, that's even worse. And they start taking damage, and then because they start taking damage, they get sadder, and then they get sadder because they're taking damage, and they take damage because they're sad, and then they disintegrate. Just, oof. Literally just down to -1. -1 was all it took, and then they just... poof. Gone. The Plague Drones have managed to clear up the flank here. Well done, guys. Racking up quite a number of kills. We need to get the Plague Drones, not the Plague Drones, the Plague Toads, that's it, Plague Toads out of combat because they're looking a little bit sad as well. Don't want them going the same way as the Furies. We're going to try and get past this Kroxagor Ancient, but he's just... yeah, just go away. Leave me alone, you big bully. Pick on some of your own size. There's not many units left inside the city. Just a Skink cohort there. Skink cohort with javelins there. The rest has been fed into this meat grinder. They're down to 623 guys. The Beast of Nurgle going up against the Kroxagor Ancients. Mopping up the survivors over here. If we could take out the Kroxagor Ancient, we should be able to do this. We do have Adidas and the Plague Bearer, Cuddles. Just wailing on that Kroxagor Ancient. I believe we can take it down. I really should get Rancid Visitations because that is such a good spell. So Nurgle is clashing with the Skink cohort, but it looks like army losses are finally starting to take an effect. And the garrison flees. Well, successful. We did lose the Furies. I say the problem with the Furies is they just do disintegrate at the drop of a hat. Just crumble. If they dip below one leadership, it's just out of there. Right. Well, we have defeated. Did we? Hang on. Did we unlock a new plague? We did. More attrition when under siege. Oh, well, I mean, it's not the worst thing to have, is it? It's not the worst thing to have. Okay, we need to deal with Ghorst ASAP. God, it's so expensive to recruit. Ku'gath's recruitment is such a double-edged sword. I think they went overboard with it a little bit, to be honest. Nurgling Tide. I've never really noticed the self-destruct do any damage. It's very mediocre. Very, very mediocre. Okay, I am gonna get more front line. Also, our Winds of Magic, not great. But we can, what do we want to do? More corruption? We could go more corruption, although corruption is increasing anyway, so it doesn't really need more. Plague duration may not be the worst choice. Control, I don't necessarily think that. Cycle time for infrastructure buildings. We don't have any infrastructure. We've only got one infrastructure building, so I don't know if that's that useful. I guess recruitment cost reduction is probably the best option. Okay, we've got plague there. I'm going to spreads. Boop. Spread pox 5 times, current 3. Really, 5 times? Jeez. Alright, and that gives more control. Okay, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Who needs control buildings when you can literally plague people happy? How does that work? I don't know. Glad it does, though. Okay, we are I'll tell you what, I'll just go this way. Just go... Okay, I think that's under siege. What is going to be good against Ghorst? I mean, to be honest, very little of that. I think we should just save our pennies. Give you something like this. So, more attrition when under siege, and less casualty replenishment rate. Maybe that will spread, maybe it won't. Who knows? Let's find out. Plague bearers or toads? I'm going to say plague bearers. I'm going to say plague bearers. Do we have... Okay, I think we just need to go for it. I think we just need to go for it. I think actually plague toads may be a good shout.
Specimens for the battle study. The Blue Master.
There's Ghorst. Right, we can take Ghorst. We can take him. I believe in myself. Is there anyone that wants to be friends?
Chosen.
Apparently you guys. I don't know where you are. Who are you war with? Ghorst. Oh, you're probably the faction that's getting their ass kicked by Ghorst. Well, alright, no one else wants to be friends, so I guess fuck everyone.
I'll
Where did you go, Ghorst? Where did you go? There you are. We could just go for it. We could just go for it. More chance of plague spreading? I like that idea. Like that idea. We cannot afford any buildings. Money-wise, it's not bad. It's not great. What units can we get? The Demon Spew, the Frolickers Bubonic, Bilious Thundergruff, the Festering Stooges, Barons of the Bog, and Uncle Fununcle. I am very tempted to go for it.
Good.
Who are you at war with? Just those guys. Hey.
I am great powerful warlord. You are impressed by my tail size, yes.
Oh, you become my vassal. Yeah, alright.
Agreed.
I mean, the likelihood of you surviving for the next, 10 minutes, pretty low. I'll level with you, but sure. Sure, and then I have some money, so I can build literally one thing. Well, I don't need casualty replenishment rate. I don't really need control. This does reduce the cycle time for basic military buildings. Or maybe I should just save my money for a basic building. You're basic. You know what? I was really... I didn't think that Ghorst would head this way, but I had a dream, and that dream was I hoped this fucker would head this way. I'm going to give the Griffin banner to these guys because it does give them a boost of leadership, which hopefully should keep them together, and also more melee defense, which is, always nice. Right, that black cloak is going to lock that down, and then we just have the Zombles, who I don't think have the bonus that Ghorst gives them yet. Does he? Maybe he does. So Skull of Catan. Oh, that could actually be a problem for us. So if we get it off, it would be nice. We do need to take out Ghorst himself, and that could be somewhat tricky. Ghorst will be an absolute freaking nightmare if we let him level up. So we're not going to let him. We're going to roll over him. So on our right flank, we've engaged the enemy White King with both the Beast of Nurgle and Adidas. They're both trying to take him out. The Plague Drones have been chasing the Black Coach around, doing some damage to it. Ghorst is fairly slow, so we don't really have to worry too much about him. So we spotted the Crypt Ghouls, Plague Toads coming around on the flank. Ku'gath taking chunks out of those Zombles. Okay, the Fell Bats should be fairly easy to take down, although the White King is giving us the slip. Nurglings swarming the Crypt Horrors, although the Crypt Horrors will probably do fairly well against them. Got Van Hul's Dance Macabre on them, which means they're going to be even more killy. The Plague Toads charging down from the flanks, slamming into the side of those units of Zombles, the Skeleton Warriors, sending them all over the place. Meanwhile, the Plague Bearers moving up to protect their vulnerable flank from these Crypt Ghouls. Plague Drones don't have much ammo left, so they're going to come in and help the flank off. As you can see, the White King down to roughly about just over half health, so he is going down, and the Plague Drones charging in. And yeah, they really do a lot of damage. And with the Griffin Banner, they've got 51 melee defense. And then once the Swarm of Flies ticks up, they'll have 60. 60 melee defense on a flying unit. That's not bad. The Hippity Hops continuing to wreck this formation. Sending skeletons all over the place. Crypt Horror's doing quite well against us though. Ku'gath has found a great spot right on the flank of this big packed blob of zombies here. This is not where you want Ku'gath to be. Ooh, yes. Taking chunks. Taking chunks out. Ghorst is just flapping about. He's not being any good to anyone back there. God knows why he's back. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The fact they're keeping him out of my way is probably good for me. Martin's almost dead. We'll move the Plague Bearers down to help out against these units down here. I think we may have lost a unit of Hippity Hops. I think we're down to 2 units. They do tend to get wrecked, don't they? I don't quite know what does it. Like it looks like their stats are reasonable, but they just kind of get chewed up. The Black Coach is continuing its bullshit, but the Plague Drones landed down to assist the Plague Bearers, who are currently surrounded on all sides by Skeleton Spearmen and Crypt Ghouls. They should be doing fairly well against those. The Black Coach trying to get some damage in. It's a weird unit, the Black Coach, isn't it? It's just an odd unit. Ku'gath with the 275 kills. Of course, the vast majority of them are going to be zombies. But still, I'll take it. How many did they start with? 2,000. Jesus. So Ku'gath has killed over 10% of this army by himself. We've lost quite a few Nurglings, I feel like. Which... I mean, they're Nurglings, aren't they? The Black Coach charges into Ku'gath, and Ku'gath's like, excuse me? Hey. No, thank you. Let's see. GTFO. Oh, he sicks up all over it, and it disintegrates. There we go. There's little islands of undead resistance, but they're shrinking. Although, let's say, we are losing a lot of Nurglings. Nurglings just dissipating there. The Plague Bearers, on the other hand, made us sterner stuff and holding the line for us. Ku'gath waddling over to go and take on Ghorst. So he gets in on that. This is a Skull of Catan, but that just does more damage to himself, which is not necessarily a great idea for him. We bring the Plague Drones in to help out, because of course they do have quite a beefy amount of weapon strength, and they can attack Ghorst from the rear. We hit with the Rancid Visitations as well, and Ghorst is in a lot of trouble. His health is going down very rapidly. The rest of his army is starting to disintegrate. Although he has done a lot of damage to us, to be fair. I mean, mostly Nurglings. It's mostly the Nurglings. The Plague Bearers just tanked everything with their face, and they were fine. But just mopping up the last of the Crypt Horrors, and Ghorst goes down. Okay, Ku'gath is down. Not Ku'gath. Ghorst is down, but not out. Do I want the... I would like them... You know what? I'm going to take the... Ooh. I'm going to take the infections.
Ingredients for my brews.
When in doubt, infect about. I could come up with something better. Hang on. When in doubt, cough in someone's face. Well, that's not bad. Okay, we can get some slightly better units now, which is good. Upkeep reduction for plague bearers. That's the kind of shit we want. And we've got poison attacks. Yay! Because nothing in our army can do. Anyway, more melee defense for. Oh, I don't really care about melee defense for Nurglings, not really. Okay, be honest. Eventually, I just get rid of the Nurglings because they're just arse. They're just really bad. I wouldn't mind reload time reduction, but I think I want to keep going on the. I mean, okay, it used to be you just gave 12 armor to plague bearers for 3 skill points, which just seemed like apps just completely useless. But now they've got more melee defense, which is, I mean, it's fine. It's fine, I guess. But I think we want to keep going with the spells. So Curse of the Leper may not be the worst thing. Well, Stream of Corruption is just a good spell.
This will infect so many.
It's just a good spell. You can't go wrong with it. Okay, let's go and take Scrap Towers. Do I want to... that's fine.
Enemies are hot specimens.
That is... Ooh. I will keep that for myself.
Don't trust no foes. They are sneaky.
I might. I'll be honest with you guys. I think I'm going to have to kill you. I thought Ghorst would probably go for you, which is why you're still alive. Well, that was why I vassalized you, was because I wanted the cash. To be honest, I probably shouldn't have done that, but you know, I made that choice, and now I will have to live with it. I will. Right, so Rickard is over there. We're going to have to kill him, and then we need to... We've taken out Ghorst once. However, he will be back. He will be back. We know that. This is more cycle time. Infrastructure building, more growth. All that good stuff. All that good stuff. So we do this and this. So slightly more infection points. However, that now gives us more control as well, which means this place is going to be happy as Larry. And our replenishment is legitimately not bad. Right, if we can take out Rickard and then just roll... If we can knock out Ghorst sooner rather than later. You guys do not like me. Does anyone like me? Not really. What about the Chaos Dwarfs? The Chaos Dwarfs like me? Do they like me? No one likes me. Okay, well, evidently we're going to have to kill the world. Maybe I can make friends with the Chaos Dwarfs. I think I've got to try and make friends with the Chaos Dwarfs. Otherwise, I will be literally fighting everyone forever. That's going to have to wait until next time, though. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.